Hey everybody, it's Gabriel Sedlak here. I have a subject today I want to talk about, and I promise it's good news. It may be uncomfortable because you may have to do a bit of mourning, if you will. And so let me explain. Did you know that nobody is going to fight for your family? Nobody's going to fight for your future. Nobody's going to pay your bills. Nobody's going to care about your kids' future. Nobody's going to take care of your health like you will. No company that you work for is going to be concerned about you and your family more than they're going to be concerned about their bottom line. You see, I think in 2019, I had an extraordinary year. My wife and I had one of the best years we've ever had. We accomplished more in 2019 in the midst of contrary circumstances than probably we've ever done since we've been married. And we are so alive and strong on the inside because of it. But I think it was also extremely hard because we had to come to the end of this. And that is that we put way too much stock in relying and betting on that other people were going to make us a priority. If that makes sense. See, I waited for people, well, they said they're going to do this, and this one's going to do this, and we're just trusting this one to do that. And you find yourself, you have your life in your hands, but you've relegated all of these different responsibilities out to all these different people, and you are dependent on them doing it. Otherwise, you're not going to see what you need to see in your family. And so what I did was I gave too much of what I was ultimately responsible for, because I can't blame them. They have to be concerned about their family and their future and their bottom line and what's best for them, because nobody's going to take care of them like they will, right? But what I did is I gave so many things over to others, expecting that they would fight for us and step to the plate for us, that I found myself waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then becoming angry and bitter and going, why won't they do this, or why can't they do that? And I go, hold on a minute. Why did I give them something that was mine to guard? The reason I say this is because here we are in the beginning of 2020 again, and we start off this year, and you can change everything this year. You can do more this year than you've done in the last 20. But if you're not owning it, taking responsibility for it, and taking your own sword out and cutting all the brush and the briars and the thickets and the thorns away so that you can open up a clear path for you and your family and what you're called to do, or whatever your purpose is, but you're waiting on somebody else to do it, I think you're going to lose a lot of time, and you can unnecessarily begin to start blaming others and getting angry, when the truth is that nobody's going to fight for you like you will. So for 2019, it was hard on us because I realized I had given so much to everybody else when I could have just pushed. And because I didn't, lost a lot of time. So at the end of 2019 and now beginning of 20, when Holly and I started taking us back, and all those things that we had given to everybody else to do, we took responsibility for, it's shocking how alive I feel. How at the end of a day there's fruit because of what we've chosen to do, and we haven't waited for others to do it. Again, you can't blame them. They have to do what's best for them. But when I am in charge of certain things that will change my family's future, and yet I take those precious things that are critical to do right, and I give them to others to do, and yet wonder why it isn't done when I could have been the one in control all along, and I hope this makes sense, then I gave some of myself away, and that's a portion of yourself you cannot give away. And so my kids experienced the deficiency of it. My wife experienced the deficiency of it. So I say all this. It's 2020. It's almost February. Nobody's going to care like you will. Don't you dare put on somebody else the very things that you should be doing to change your own family. That has given me a quickening when I wake up in the morning. It has made me feel alive all over again. My wife has seen a warrior arise all over again. My kids have risen up and gone, my gosh, what is going on with Dad? He is after it. But I could have always been after it. But 2019, I allowed so much of that to be put in other people's responsibility when it was never theirs all along. So I hope that this video makes sense. 2020 is the year that you take full responsibility, and 2020 is the year that you take control again. And when you pop your head up and it's New Year's and then ding, it's 2021, you will say, you know what? You know why so much was done this year? Because I didn't wait for anybody else. Your future you will thank you for that. Take it from me. It's been my most bittersweet, most fantastic, and challenging last year that I can ever remember, because I had to mourn that part of me that I gave away. And I had to say, you know what? I even forgive myself for doing it. Wow. What was in me that felt like I was deficient and needed to give that portion of me away to somebody else, when they could never have done it like I did. They could never have done it with the same emphasis that I can, or the same passion, drive, or urgency like I can. And man, what a year it's been. I am so excited about 20. So I hope this video helps you. Maybe a little bit philosophical, but it's been amazing for me. And I just wanted to share that on the video. And gosh, like I tell everybody, you'd be kind of shocked how in control you really are. But because we haven't felt like we are, then we give that part of us to others, expecting them to fight like we will. And it's just not going to happen. Be encouraged, guys. This is your year to take you back. Blessings. I'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.